So I thought I'd go live right before I go to work. I have to get ready for work, but I just thought I'd go live to see if anyone was here. I bought a new coffee maker, and it's I think I'm not putting enough coffee in it. So, because it's coming out kind of watery, but then I just added a few more like tablespoons of grounds, and it seems to be tasting better. But tomorrow I'm probably gonna do it like this, like or add more, fill up the coffee grounds. Yeah, it seems to. I just put a few more coffee grounds in there, like couple more tablespoons. It seems to be tasting better. I'm a coffee snob. Um, but I thought I'd get on just to see if anyone was on. I am trying to get more subscribers. Um, I'm trying to really build my community. So it's mainly an educational channel, but I do like to go on my rants. Like when I go see Scream 7, I'm going to give a little bit of a review. My reviews are never critical, they're positive, and that's it. But I do give a little bit of an honest review. I'm so happy that I figured out my tooth because that area that was puffy, that was scary. That was the only reason I made the appointment. Really, I shouldn't have even made the appointment. I mean, I should have canceled the appointment once it went down. But I had just started using this mouthwash, so I wasn't sure. But the pain went away. I mean, I think I was chewing a lot of gum on that side, and I knew I shouldn't have chewed too much gum. I kind of put too much pressure on it. I mean, I don't know why dentists don't tell you this, or they just want to go in and use up your insurance. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's okay. So you have a lot of insurance, and they just want to use it. That's a problem for me. They need to make insurance so that it's preventative, right? The cost, whatever amount that you get with your insurance, should just be for prevention and for ways to improve your teeth. My dad, growing up, he didn't have the best dental insurance, and that's the insurance we were stuck with. And I just remember not going to the best doctor. I mean, I was young. I was still under his insurance. My siblings had their own insurance at some point. Obviously, when they got a job, 16, 17 years old. And then when I got a job at 16, 17, I always had Delta Dental. And once I got my own insurance, I was able to, go to a good dentist. But I think it all starts when you're young, building your health, building your teeth. And my parents were okay, but they never really, I don't think they were very good at giving us the best insurance as children. Anyway, please do ask me anything, so that, I just want to get to know you guys. But if you have any questions, or if you have anything you'd like to ask me, that would be, awesome. Or if you just want to get online just to say hi, that would be awesome. I have to get ready here in a minute to go to work. But yeah, today's Friday, so March and April are usually not that, like, it's basically we're winding down the year, right? So we're winding down the last quarter of the year, and it's all testing, and students have to, you know, get their tests done, SATs, state tests, and it's always a little bit not stressful, but not much gets done in the classroom. But yeah, so I set my settings so that you have to be 18 and over, because I don't want kids to be on here. I want adults to be on here. I just feel better that way. But so what? I added 2 more tablespoons of coffee and another little bit of water in there. See, I save my coffee. So if I have any left over, because I don't have a family, I don't have a husband, um, but I do like my coffee. Um, when, like, after I get home from work, I'll make my dinner. And then if I have a sweet tooth, or if I'm feeling like a sweet tooth, I'll make something small, like a little cookie, because I have an air fryer that can actually bake a cookie. It'll make anything. It'll bake a cookie. It'll bake that, and then I'll make the batter, and then it'll bake it. I also have a bread maker, which can make the dough for cookies or whatever bread, and then I can put the dough in the in the air fryer or in my little crock pot that can bake it. But yeah, you just find creative ways of doing things when you're thrifty. Yeah, I'm very thrifty. I'm very cheap. I don't like to spend money. Um, Obviously, I do spend, but uh, I really don't. My dad raised me that way. My parents raised me that way. But you know, I mean, I just I like I try to be real careful with my money, especially, for rainy days, because we've all been there. I know I have. But yeah, just ask me anything that you like. Um, I enjoy talking. That's one thing that I really enjoy doing. So I don't know. I think it's always been part of who my personality, just liking to talk. So I'm online if you'd like to ask me anything. Like I said, I have to get ready here in 10 minutes. It doesn't take me that long to get ready. I just kind of get ready. So how are you guys doing? Tell me how you're doing. Tell me what you like to, how do you like to start your day? Um, I've told you a lot about me, uh, but I always love Fridays because they go by fast. It goes by fast. But I woke up. I woke up with a little bit of back pain. But should go away. I'm not sure. I have a really interesting couch. Um, but I think next time I buy a couch, it's not going to be from the same place. I'm going to actually go in to a furniture store and buy a nice couch and have it shipped. Now that shipping is like shipping everything, you can get anything shipped. You get lazy. You get real lazy. It's really bad. I never used to be that way. So don't be lazy. Go and buy your thing. Even like groceries, that's not good. So I'm starting to force myself to go to the grocery store and do my shopping because sometimes shoppers don't know what you really need. But anyway, I'll give it another 5 minutes. But yeah, ask me anything when I leave here. You can ask me anything in the chat, in the comment section. I always respond. Always, always, always. I always like to respond. But I'm just grateful I just fixed this issue that's on, my mouth. I'm just glad. I was worried there for a minute, but I shouldn't have gargled that Orajel. Plus, it wasn't old, it wasn't expired yet, but that doesn't mean anything. I mean, if it's not good for the situation you're dealing with, it's not good for it. Actually, this coffee tastes better. I added 2 more grounds of coffee into the grind section, and then I added like 1 more cup of water, and it tastes a lot better. So at least tomorrow I know I have to put 12 tablespoons in there. I'm used to putting in 3, but I had a different coffee maker before, and it was fine with 3 tablespoons, 4 tablespoons with a 12 cup carafe, uh, or 12 cup coffee pot. So, it's like, okay, I have to kind of change my approach to this new coffee maker. But yeah, please do ask me anything. If you want to teach, if you want to become a teacher, it's first of all, you need to have a bachelor's degree. You need to have a credential. So there's about 6 years right there. And then it doesn't stop. And then you have to clear your credential. And then that takes another 2 years. So really you have about 6, 7, 9, 8 years, 8 years to be a teacher. It's the same thing if you want to be a principal. You have to get your education, you have to get your credential. That's 6 years. And then you have another 2 years, so you have to clear it with the state. Professional development, which means you have to jump through all the hoops. You have to do everything that they tell you, like get experience with all of that stuff. But you always have to have the job. You have to have a real job to clear the credential to be a teacher. I wish there was a way you can clear it without getting a job, because I have my administration credential as well to become a principal. But, you have to get a job. I just want to I think there's always ways to clear it without getting a job. But every state, I think every state you have to get a job to clear it with the state. And remember, clearing your credential, that's the only way, really. Like if you want to get hired by a district of your choice or what you want, you have to clear your credential and get experience, because districts want to hire experienced teachers or experienced principals, people that have experience in different ways of dealing things, because the way they teach you in college is not the reality. And so we just, that's what you have to do. But I love coffee. I think I started drinking coffee when I was 18 or 17. Actually, I might have been a little bit younger. But as soon as I started tasting it, I just enjoyed it. Back in the day, in the 80s, coffee was made on the stove, and you just turn the stovetop on and it would heat up and boil and everything, and it actually tasted pretty good. So Yeah, stay on for another 5 minutes if anyone wants to ask me anything. I'll post this. Like I said, ask me anything. Ask me anything in the comment section. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to get to at least 50 subscribers. So I'm about 20 subscribers away. I'm trying to make this interesting, but I don't want to be clickbaity. I don't want to be clicky. I don't want to do things for attention. I want to do things to benefit you, right? And not everything is going to benefit everyone, right? And I'm trying to expand like what I talk about so that it's sort of connected to education or educating people, but being positive and constructive, I think is very helpful. But I do enjoy these. I think the lives help, and so does my coffee. All right, I don't see any comments. I know I have to get going here, but I would love to hear anything you guys have to say. Anything. All right, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect so I can go get ready. But ask me anything and I'll respond. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. I probably won't. This is addictive. This is kind of addictive, but I'm hoping I can not get on until Sunday. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Have a great weekend. Have a great day.